Hi and welcome to the 5th episode of Amiga Big Box Games. Now let's start off with Pro Tennis Tour. So this is one of these floppy type boxes. It's been crushed at some point sadly, but it has up to the 2000, it says the 1000 star, so 1.2 or 1.3 kickstart or 1.2 and 1.3 workbenches. Up to, so you can have 1, 2, 3 or 4 players. Why not just put up to 4 players? Anyway, joystick required, and it came out in 1990, and it's Pro Tennis Tour 2. So, by Ubisoft and Blue Byte. Let's have a look on the back. So that it puts your title up for grabs. Some very dodgy DTP work, I think. Can barely read it. I know I'm sounding negative, but it is difficult to read. I realise that particular part's not even in English, but come on. So there we go for that. Oh yeah, sticker barcode right over a screenshot. So they obviously haven't put much thought into their box design. Let's slide it all out though. What we got? Got some kind of cardboard support which has been flattened, which doesn't really make sense either, because obviously you got to squeeze a disc in there and it wouldn't fit in that gap in the middle, so it must be squashed as I've put stuff in. So just the one disc. Another one of these cold bit of paper. But yeah, so it's black text on brown paper, so obviously it was done like that to make it very difficult to photocopy. Let's go to the manual. Different languages. There we go, so it tells you how to move the joystick and press fire at certain times to make different ways of smacking the ball. Main menu. What even mentions the IBM PC. Here's your protection code. Entry thing. So yep, talks about memory table. If you have 512k, mixed games is not possible. You can't have a mixed game if you've only got 512k. If you've got the extra bit of 512k of fast RAM, so if you've got 1 meg fast RAM, oh, it's still not possible to play a mixed game, but you get sound effects and you get extended staves. But if you have 1 meg of chip RAM, say like an Amiga 3000, everything is fantastic. Huh. I don't think I've seen a lineup like that before. So if you're into your tennis, maybe that's one for you to play. On to the next one, we have First Division Manager, a Super League option. Games X-rated, a must for all avid followers of the Football League. 86% by the Crash magazine, and it goes up to the A2000 dimensions, so this must be a quite early game. 1991 again. I recognise some of the people. I think that's supposed to be Gaza, and is that supposed to be Gary Lineker? I'm not sure. I don't recognise who they are. No, I really just don't know who they are really. I'm not into football very much. The only reason I know the other ones is because they became famous for other reasons. Let's have a look inside. So one disc and a bit of paper. So one floppy. Doesn't tell you very much apart from stick it in your computer and turn it on and play the game. So I guess it's sort of you learn it as you go sort of thing, but really in the realms of the more complicated games that I've shown so far, this one doesn't seem so complicated. But if it's your sort of game, fair enough, I'm not knocking it as I say, but it's just not my cup of tea. And on to Indianapolis 500, the simulation by Papyrus Design Group and Electronic Arts. Anything about what we've got? Yes, it works on the Amiga. Up to the 3000, 512k required, instant replay, and music only available for 1 megabyte or more. Requires Kickstart 1.2 or 1.3, no on-disc copy protection, joystick supported, manual required. Okay, and the back, it mentions different things, some interesting screenshots there. So it says the realism, 3D graphics for stunning realism, point 1. And point 1 it says enhanced detail on 286, 386 CPUs. And then point 2 it has here is instant replays from 6 different camera angles. Available on machines with 512K memory or greater. The greatest spectacle in racing. The Indy enablers for 500 registered trademarks. Blah 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 blah. Screenshots are from the IBM with EGA/VGA version. I don't know. I get a feeling they're all VGA because there seems to be a lot of colours for EGA. Well, when it did, EGA had 16 colours on screen at once, didn't it? So yeah, maybe. But even so, I bet it's a fun game. Let's go inside. One disc, a command summary card, and a manual. So one floppy. Let's fill up this command summary card. So all different key presses you've got to do, which is nice that they've taken that out of the main manual to make it easier for you to do. The main manual though, it's just a bit of paper, some photos of famous drivers. A lot of famous drivers, fair few famous drivers. So there we go. And it talks about optimal turning points and things. Not as in depth as the Formula 1. Oh no, maybe it is a bit more in depth. Talks about understeering and oversteering. No, so it has got some interesting things there of like what you're supposed to do, but at the same time, it's not as great detail as the Formula 1 one. Formula 1. And it says Papyrus Design Group, David Kramer, who bought up Greencastle, Indiana. A minute. On the front of the box it said the game was by Papyrus Design Group, but on the disc it says by David Kramer, not by Papyrus. It doesn't say the Papyrus Design Group. So I wonder why his name's on the disc, but it's not on the front of the box. Obviously he owns Papyrus Design Group, but those little things of history that have disappeared, I wonder why that happened like that. And for the last game today we have Archie McLean's Pool. Sadly the box has got damp. I've got a feeling someone had these in their loft or something like that and it got slightly damaged. But it goes up to the A4000, it mentions. 512K, needs a mouse. On the back, oh, it's upside down. Fix that in a minute. Talks about it all there. Features with this strange, wonderful text that makes it very difficult to read is 8-ball and 9-ball play, coin op, and pro rules, 8-player tournaments, special trick shot table, 20 true computer controlled opponents, fully interactive televisual display. Dear me, that's one horrible font. Ugh. It came out in 1992, this game, and of course just to be awkward they made everything upside down, so let's put that there. So it comes on one floppy, it says version 2, I wonder what version 1 was like, I wonder what errors was in that. And then we have a big manual, probably somewhere pointing out that pool and billiards is 2 different games, do not call it the same game. It's not snooker either, you know, but maybe it is the same game, I don't know. I've never actually played billiards, I've played pool, where here in the UK you have red and yellow balls, whereas I know the American version it's all numbered and things like that. I've played that a few times, but it's not as common to come across that kind of table. At least not where around I live. So all different keyboard controls. Whoa, that's a fair few different keys to remember what they do. And then it tells you what the different icons do and everything like that. But I remember this game being a very good game actually of pool on the Amiga, because pool games quite often the physics and things were not very good, but I remember this being one of the first ones that the physics were good. So I would recommend actually playing this game if you like playing pool. But that's that for this one. So as always, happy gaming.